gather round for another edition of Young Kings Wrestling featuring the JDF Memorial Sovereign Sound Board. Welcome to the Nuck If You Buckingham Palace. As always, I am the thespian TC Fontaine, aka TCF Baby. Please say the baby. Joined by King Reek, House of Havoc, first of his name. We are back again.
OH. I gotta say it. I
ain't gonna finish it, but
that's okay.
That's okay. Find somebody else to finish that. Better go get Angelo Dawkins or somebody.
Listen. Real ones listening know what's up. You know what time it is.
That's true. I listen. I know what's up. I ain't gonna finish it. That ain't my speed. You know.
Nah, I got you. I know how.
Congratulations, though.
Yes, sir.
We knew what was up. James Franklin. When the lights get brighter, this nigga turned into Keegan Michael Key.
Quick, fast, in a hurry. I kind of wanted the title. I kind of wanted it to be them, but that's okay.
It's cool, man. We got another.
I got a little more. Brother. They'll say I got a little more respect for Freeman anyway. So,
and like I said last week, man, it's Omaha kids on Notre Dame, so y'all know who I'm rolling with. That make my city look good. So we got an All-American on the team. I mean, I count the other kids. They don't play, but like, yeah. One of them like third string QB.
Facts. All I know is we get it done next Monday. I'm gonna make a purchase, and by the time we get on air that Sunday, I'm gonna look a little bit different. That's all I'm saying.
What purchase? You gonna buy one of them belts? Or what type of purchase we talking about?
I don't know. We're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see what it look like.
I would get a belt personally and carry that shit to WrestleMania at Allegiant Stadium in April, which is less than 100 days away. There we go. Hit my quota.
Facts.
That's what I would do personally. But like, I ain't gonna tell you how to spend your money.
I
might not even have a reason to buy it.
I got something else in mind for Mania. I actually have a whole cosplay that I'm thinking of, low key.
Same, bro. I told y'all. I ain't tell y'all what I got. I told y'all I got something. I told Reek what I got.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna tell y'all yet. I don't want nobody to steal my idea. So like, especially if that person gonna be there, he might be at somewhere where I'm at when I wear it. So like,
right,
you know, I got to meet that person a few years ago during SummerSlam. That person actually live out here too. But like,
I was about to say that's his time. You in the city with him, so. Yeah.
Which is crazy. I've only seen him like twice, so I know he live out there with all the celebrities away from the people.
Yeah, man.
Live in the mountains. Yeah, Mike Tyson live in Henderson. He live in the mountains. You got to get away from the people. I don't like being around a bunch of people unless I have to go handle business. I go home and I like to sit. That's my Mike Tyson impersonation. Hey, man, shout out to Young Kings Wrestling. That's us. Make sure you get some merch at ykwrestling.com. Get you some merch and select styles available on Amazon Prime. I want to say it come with the 2-day shipping. Prime, they don't guarantee 2-day shipping no more. That shit crazy. What happened to that boy?
Hell if I know.
And if they listen, they don't guarantee the 2-day shipping, but they be like, hey, if you want to get this shit at 3:00 in the morning, you pay $3. Like,
right.
Which I take that. Like, get my shit in the morning. Be there right when I wake up. Shout out to Amazon Prime for housing our merch, man. Make sure you subscribe to Young Kings Wrestling everywhere at YK Wrestling, YouTube specifically. Subscribe to the TikTok for the next 7 days, apparently. Say that shit.
Look, I ain't buying that.
Nah, you know Trump about to swoop in right before the inauguration. Yeah, I did what I saved TikTok.
Right.
It was going very bad. Looking at
it's too much bread in that. Like, if it wasn't making people that much money, then all right, we could lose it, we could drop it, but
yeah,
nah, bro.
It's like
Dang.
probably like top one most annoying inventions of all time, but like,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
it's too
for
much
sure.
money.
No question.
Hey man, shout out to Los Angeles, man, my third favorite city. Prayers up to y'all out there with them fires, man.
Woo.
Wildfires, some arson. And you know when the wildfires is bad when you go outside here and it smell like a
Oh,
bonfire.
I'm about to say, I know close as y'all is over there, like that shit gotta be
Like every
crazy.
time. Cause like the wildfires happen all the time, just in general. But like ain't
Yeah,
never been this bad because like niggas is making them bigger. Like niggas is going and setting fire to places and shit. Like it's hard to contain it. So shout out to LA.
facts.
Shout out to Mike Vrabel, excuse me. Woke up this morning, seen some news that I was
Hmm.
expecting. I was expecting the moment the original coach got fired. I said, yeah, that's Vrabel's job. It was
Oh
Vrabel's
yeah,
job last year. I just don't think he was able to take it,
yeah.
honestly.
He had to take a seat for a minute. He had to chill. But
This nigga said, hey, man, I hired the wrong linebacker the first time. Got to get right. Nah, we should be all right with Mike Vrabel. He did a good job in Tennessee. Just make sure you get some people around him. Get some of them coordinators out the building.
yeah, I seen
That
Joe
was
Milton
trash.
was looking tight nice.
Hey, fuck Joe Milton, bro. This nigga fucked
Yeah.
up the number one pick for us, man. Like nobody told you to go
Dog,
out
what?
there and cook. Like you was undrafted for a reason, bro. You was supposed to go out there and be trash.
Man.
I seen they put
Hey,
Joe Milton in the game. I got excited. I was like, yeah, we got that number one locked up. This nigga came out there, threw a touchdown to Booty. That's his real name, too, if y'all did not know. His last
it
name is
is.
Booty. He threw two touchdowns to Booty. I don't think
Facts.
Booty scored two touchdowns all season before that.
Nope.
So that was hot. I was mad as hell, bro. Niggas went to number four.
Mm-mm.
I was mad as shit.
Hey,
Now
I'm
Vrabel
just
got to
saying.
kiss the ring for Tennessee if you want to move up. That's some bullshit.
I mean, listen, if y'all don't want him, I will take him
Hey man, I see you over there begging
wholeheartedly.
for Rex. That's how bad
Listen,
things have gotten.
I'm on. I'm at the point where y'all might have to do something crazy if y'all don't hire Rex to keep me around at this point. Because I just
It's
listen.
gotten that bad, man.
I know they're not going to do right who they hire. So it's like you might as well hire the dude that you know is going to bring that noise when he show up, and get the right attitude around these motherfuckers. Because I don't I can't do nothing more of these unique quote unquote hires. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Like y'all be trying me.
you see Joe Mixon was smoking on that Rex Ryan pack last night.
Oh man. Hey, it's not in his nature, but I'm gonna need him to like tone it down for the next couple of weeks while you in this interview process.
Right.
Don't fuck your bag up, bro. Like, especially if you're gonna be wrong. Like it's one thing if you said that shit and they got smacked, which I think we all expected, but
Yeah,
don't don't get too crazy before you get this job.
niggas out there confident. Hey
I'm
man, just go
saying,
in there, go lick your wife feet and
oh
leave us
god,
alone.
we
Yeah, we ain't
I ain't
forget.
I ain't gonna comment on
we,
that.
we ain't forget. Listen, I ain't mad at your gameplay, boy. That's all
Listen,
you. But like, we listen and don't judge around here. I judge a little bit, but
I never liked none of y'all players, but Edelman was the troll of the year when he did that shit in that post game. Like
Super Bowl
I lost
MVP
count.
Julian Edelman to y'all.
I lost count how many references this nigga had in that press conference. Like,
Dog, funny as hell, bro. Like I was dying, bro.
hey,
Shout out to the MVP. Hey, shout
no
out to
doubt.
Jim Ross.
Oh
Jim
Lord.
Ross gotta tell us at least once a year that Sonny was trying to smash after his wife died. Like I know a motherfucker that's having regrets when I see one.
Right. Like
Having regrets.
listen,
He said, dang, by God, I should have took that deal.
that's what I'm saying. Like, it's too late now. Like
Yeah,
she
she
done been
locked up.
locked up
You might
looking
have to
like
go get a conjugal visit or something.
No, I wouldn't do that. She in there looking like white Rasputia right now, getting her ass beat probably. Like, I don't want
Bro,
that.
Sonny ain't looked fire since like Obama first got in office, at least.
I mean, she could fake like she looked all right when she was outside. Now,
Yeah,
she
that's true.
inside. It's like, oh, this actually, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, if Dolph Ziggler was hitting it, something was going on. You know what
Nigga,
I'm saying?
Dolph Ziggler was smashing Amy Schumer. That's where his standards are. He got a type.
That's true. That's true. I can't even say that.
Unsavory looking white women.
Woo-wee. I done forgot about that.
I'll
Yeah, he
never
was
forget.
wilding.
Jeff
He
T.
was
I'll never
wilding.
forget.
That boy was wilding out because you couldn't pay me to do that. I'm sorry.
Bruh, I hope you got paid.
I mean, you can pay me, but it's gonna be a lot. Like it's gonna be generational. That checks you gotta cut
$1
me.
billion.
Right. Yeah, man. That check better be. It better have to come through my front door.
Hey, listen. I need more O's in that check than a Ric Flair woo. That's what I need.
Right. I
One of
need
them
one of
big
them
woos
checks.
too.
One of them checks they be handing out on the game shows. I need one of them.
Shit. Get Ed McMahon at my door. I'm gonna need some
Right.
of that type action.
That publishers clearinghouse check. Like,
Big facts.
back that
Because
up
if you
in
show up
here.
at the door, man, got my crocodile tears already.
Facts.
Oh my God, you're here. Like, you knew he
That
was showing up.
ass. Yeah. Yeah.
Motherfuckers called you 3 hours before they was like, hey, we on the way. Just be
That's what
ready.
I'm saying. I'm
I'll
gonna
be
get. I'm
fake
gonna get the
surprising the
Oscar.
commercial.
I'm gonna get the Oscar for the year's
Man,
over.
I'm stealing that Amy from Roman Reigns. Tough.
Hey, look.
Um,
They should give him one for real though.
they better.
Paul wasn't lying. 'Cause who was
Hey,
better
look,
on
Paul.
TV in the last 5 years?
Hey, nobody. Listen, I'm going to be as subtle about this as I say it, but Paul got them connections. If you know, you know.
Oh, look, I'm with Richard. I'm right there with you. I know what you're talking about.
Okay. I would say he got them connections. He
Like
one
if
of
he
them.
wanted,
So
if he really wanted to happen, yeah,
he can make something happen. I'm
that's what
just
I'm
saying.
saying.
Shout out to Julia and Obafemi as well, winning their respective NXT titles this past week, as we all expected.
Oh yeah,
Great matches, both. Trick didn't look bad against Oba, like I thought he
no,
would.
I
They try
didn't
to
want
do
him to take
the
the pin, but
yeah,
it's
that was
okay.
fine. It worked out. It worked out.
Yeah.
They try to do the Willis Reed shit with Eddie Thornton. It did
Oh
not
my
hit.
God, no, no, that was
Shout out to
sorry.
Ava. I appreciate Ava for not falling for the bullshit neither.
Listen, and
No
rightfully
nonsense.
so. Rightfully so. We follow that fool me once policy to a T. I like that.
She apparently is the final boss of NXT.
Yeah, I'm in for that. Listen.
With like nobody can overstep her authority, not even the board of
Look,
directors.
look,
Apparently.
her pops was in the building. We ain't arguing shit.
Right. Ethan Page on his best behavior.
There ain't shit. And he off that Terramana.
Hey,
you
listen.
better you better act right before
Remember
you
what
get
happened
smacked
last
right.
time? Hey, last time a nigga from AEW was in the Rock's presence off that Terramana, it ended badly. He beat the shit out that nigga.
I tell you, you better act right before you get smacked right, boy.
Hey, more on the Rock in a little bit, man. Shout out to Corey Graves too. He back in NXT apparently.
Yeah,
I don't
I don't
know
know what
for how
happened with
long.
that. Nah, he's scheduled for next week too.
Okay. Hey, he said, "Yo, I'm trying to stay at home, man. Fuck all. I did all this traveling. Y'all had me doing play by play for however long. Like Corey probably glad to be off the road for a little bit.
Oh yeah.
I
Or
got a kid to
it
take care
might
of.
mean it might mean we got somebody coming back in a couple weeks.
Who?
I mean, he got a wife.
Oh, Mella.
I'm just
Mella gonna
saying,
be in NXT.
or she might be going back on the road. Maybe
So he can stay and take care of the
Make
kid.
it a.
Oh,
That's what I'm
okay.
saying. Might be a pop up in January. Then you know what I'm saying? Actually, no, it's
Hey,
February. My bad. My bad. First week of
yeah,
February.
it's February this year. First day of February.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Might be happening.
Ooh. Hey, we can talk about that when we do our predictions.
Facts.
She got to do the moonwalk too. Bring that back
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. It's been way too long.
with the Team Jordans and the leopard snapback. Bring
Yeah.
all that back.
Yeah, man.
Bring
That
all that
Princess
back.
of Staten Island vibe.
Yeah.
I'm here with it.
Hey man, you see they talking about finally possibly recasting T'Challa?
I mean, I did peep that, but it's like I feel like if you I don't know what will be the right answer for it because it's like
Yeah, I don't know
you
either.
can't do you can't do it, too soon after. You gotta give it some time. But
Yeah.
now it done been like 6, 7 years
It
since.
was going 5 years since he passed
Yeah, my God.
in August. Yeah.
Crazy. Um, I don't know, man. Because they gotta make their bread off of this. And
Uh-huh.
it ain't gonna lie. Like I'm not gonna be mad you stick with Shuri as Black Panther, but that ain't gonna stick forever.
Yeah.
But see now
Like
it's like
you could have got away with that in the second movie too, because like you released it what, a year after he passed, 2 years
yeah,
after he
yeah,
passed. So like it was easy to get away with that in the
right.
second one. I don't
Yeah,
think you
yeah.
can really get away with him not being in the third one, just like him, not his son. Don't recast his son
Yeah.
and
We
say,
can't.
yo, this is the new T'Challa. Like, nah, like if you gonna bring him back to life, because that's what we can do in the multiverse.
Right.
So like do what you do. But what wrestling personality should be cast as T'Challa? That's my whole point in bringing this up. And you can't say
Man.
Obafemi because that's too obvious.
Oh, damn. Oh, shit. Oh, Sid. Who said?
Said, okay.
He already been
I
like
wasn't thinking him.
he been kind of doing the theme a little bit for a while anyway. So like he had the style on his gear and shit.
I think this one make the most sense to me. One, he's African. Two, he already got the title in his name. Kofi Kingston. Let Kofi
Hmm.
be the Black Panther.
Okay. Okay. I can't argue with
You
that
can
either.
rock with that, man.
Yeah.
He the right age for it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
T'Challa not young. I would say T'Challa in his late 30s, early 40s. Like,
Would you be mad if 52 did?
yeah.
I had to
One,
throw
cause
it out.
like one, I'll be like, why was they checking for him to play the Black Panther? Like, first of all. And then
That
second of all, we know what you
it's
said. There's a
it's
reason
too
why you called 52.
right. It's too black for him anyway.
Yeah. Like you want to be black when it's convenient. No,
Nah,
no, you
nah.
can't do that.
You don't get to play this role now.
Nah, it's cooked. I wonder if Black Panther could be Bobby Lashley.
Man,
Or he too swole for that. He not agile enough.
I'm about to say that, and I ain't trying to see Bobby Lashley with a man unit on. I ain't ready for that. Just keep it a whole buck with you.
Hey man, we don't got to have a piece on, bro. He could stay bold. What if you get the Killmonger? That would be crazy.
See,
Can
I'll
y'all
be
picture
cool with
Bobby
that.
Lashley with the Killmonger?
I'll probably be all right with that.
That would
Cause
look
like,
crazy.
yeah, because Bobby Lashley could play the hell out of a villain in a Marvel movie, in my opinion.
Ooh. Yeah, y'all need to do that. Disney, Marvel, whoever tapped in. Get Bobby Lashley to play a villain
Hell yeah,
in the next Black Panther movie.
do
That will
that.
go crazy. I'm not too familiar with the Black Panther lore, so I don't know the villains like that. He can play one of them niggas. We're gonna research and find out who he could play.
Hell yeah.
Let's get that pop.
There's Denzel gonna be in this too.
Yeah, I heard that too. Denzel said, I ain't passing down that Marvel check.
I'm about to say, he ain't got one yet. So this is gonna be
Nah. So I'm leaving
damn
here with something.
right. Like, you about to leave something for the grandkids. He get that check.
Facts.
Yeah,
Shay got all the kids is in the industry now. Like,
yeah, that's true. He said he got two producing, is two acting.
yeah, because the last movie John David was in was
Mm-hmm.
directed by his brother, the other son, which I didn't know he had another son. So like he directed that. He got a sister. The dude that directed, so the movie that John David was last in is called The Piano Lesson.
Right.
Denzel produced it. John David starred in it. His other son directed it. That son has a twin sister who had a part in the movie, and the mama had a role in the movie. So the whole family literally was involved in his last movie they all did. I didn't even know that the family was deep like that. I knew
I
from
didn't.
years ago, obviously Denzel. I knew his wife acted. That was it for the longest. And then like John David popped up in Ballers, and they was like, "This Denzel's son." I was like,
Yeah.
he got a show with The Rock." How
Right.
that
Right.
go?
And it's like I knew he had a son. Um, I didn't know like he was like in it like that. And then I just see him pop up in that show, like you said. I'm like, yo, wait a
Man, he
minute.
cold. He can act.
Right.
Hey,
Hey,
shout out to
listen, ball.
Denzel.
That's a fact. Because Ballers had me locked in for like at least those first two seasons, solid.
I watched every episode of Ballers. It was not a good show, but it was
Nah,
engaging. It was 30 minutes.
right. Like,
Like
I couldn't not watch it.
it was
I can't
engaging,
tell you
bro.
I can't tell you nothing memorable from it, but it was like
That's because they switched the
it's
storyline around every season. Like,
yeah, yeah.
shout out to The Rock for doing that though. That was a good shit. That was some good shit. Shout out to my dude
Mm-hmm.
Omar.
That was for the
Played
players.
yeah.
That was the
That was a
handbook for the
voice for them.
players. Yeah.
That was like we need to tell our stories and our experiences somehow without them motherfuckers shutting it down and telling us, oh, delete that off Twitter, yada yada.
Yeah.
You seen what Dwight Howard said?
Nah, what is it?
He said, and I remember this happening too. He tweeted out Free Palestine like years ago before like everybody was on the wave. And
Yeah.
he was just like, man, as soon as I tweeted that, man, my agents, like the commissioner, whole bunch of people was calling me, telling me to take this shit down. That's how they operate in these leagues, man. Niggas don't got no voice for nothing. It's unfortunate. Yeah, that's how
Now
things
let's
go.
go, man.
That's how it
Mm-hmm.
go. Let's get into this week in wrestling history, real short. But before we talk about that, let's say happy birthday this past week to the Hall of Famer Jacqueline. Happy birthday to her. Chavo Guerrero Senior, Chavo Classic, former cruiserweight champion, who actually won the title off Jacqueline, if you remember. No, Jacqueline won the
Oh
title off him,
yeah, Chavo,
like
yeah,
oh four.
she beat Chavo Senior.
Yeah, and then Chavo Jr. beat her.
Yeah.
That's how that went. Chavo Classic would have turned 76. Fuck cancer. Happy birthday to Alicia Edwards. Y'all boys, Darby Allen. Y'all boy. Bushwhacker Butch. Bull Nakano, the GOAT. Happy birthday to her. C.W. Anderson, Bad Luck Fale, Chris Masters, Todd Grisham, Ruby Soho, Buff Bagwell, Rey Mysterio Sr. would have turned 67. Brian Lawler would have turned 53. Luna Vachon would have turned 63. And then a happy birthday to Abdullah the Butcher and Tamina Snooker. Happy birthday to all of them. 2001, ECW holds its final televised event. Guilty as charged, live from the Hammerstein Ballroom. We got Tommy Dreamer versus C.W. Anderson in an I Quit match. The Sandman defeats Steve Corino and Justin Credible in a three-way tables, ladders, chairs, and canes match to win the ECW championship, which he loses to Rhino almost immediately after. In 1 minute, he lost to Rhino. That's how that went. And then in the main event, RVD defeats Jerry Lynn in a match that I heard was not that good compared to all the other RVD Jerry Lynn matches they've had. I've never seen this show. I'm gonna go watch it though. Interested. I heard the I Quit match was fire. So I'm going to tap in. Where we at with this, man? 2002, Triple H returns at Madison Square Garden following an 8-month rehab from a torn quad. And 5 years to the exact day, tears the other quad at New Year's Revolution.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Tough shit, man. Listen, this show, New Year's Revolution in general, is where niggas get hurt at. Like literally the very first ever match at New Year's Revolution, Eugene got hurt. And then Lita get hurt the very next match.
Yeah, that was a mess, bro.
That's why they only did this show 3 times. They said, "Nah, we good." Niggas, Triple H got hurt. We gonna get him a break to the Rumble. Like we can't have niggas getting hurt right before the Rumble, fucking up the plans. That's how that rolled. Same show. John Cena defeated Umanga to retain the WWE title. Umaga's first loss on the main roster. And then speaking of Umaga, this week in 2008, Jeff Hardy and Umaga had that classic in the cage. Y'all remember that one? Shout out to Umaga. R.I.P. Umaga. I heard Zilla Fatu talk for the first time like a week ago, bro. He sound like Pimp C.
What?
Dead ass. He from Houston, so like it's just funny how like
see, I ain't know that.
Yeah, he because that's where Umaga lived at. So like he was born in Houston, raised in Houston. But,
shit.
Cause you remember the story about how the Usos went and trained with Umaga? They had moved to Texas.
Yeah, that's right.
That's why they trained with Booker T and shit.
Oh shit, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, that's how. So they went to Texas to train. So that's where he lived at. So his son raised there. The dude he sound trail as a mug. Like
man.
Crazy. He talked just like them niggas.
Hey, get him in there with Jacob.
It's cool. So crazy how like they talk just like the niggas from the region where they from. It's so funny. Cause like Jacob's straight up Bay Area. Like
right, yeah.
Like a motherfucker. And the Usos are some Florida niggas. So like
exactly.
It's crazy. That shit wild.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild as shit. Hey man, let's talk about this royal address. I'm gonna kick it off and then pass it over. Cause y'all seen that Vince stuff that came out this past week.
Mm-hmm.
As announced by the Security Exchange Commission. Real sources. Checks. Yeah, man. Vince McMahon has been fined $400,000 for violating the Securities Exchange Act. And he also is being forced to pay back $1.3 million to the WWE for them hush money payments. Or in his words, as he called it, through his lawyers in a statement, quote, minor accounting errors with regard to some personal payments that I made several years ago while I was CEO of the WWE.
Interesting.
So I ain't gonna get into detail, but I'm gonna just tell y'all what it is a little bit. That Nasty Man lawsuit is still in play though, so that's still going.
Oh yeah,
They're not in the clear yet.
They going full court press for that too.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, 1.7 million. That's like me having to pay a $20 fine. Like I don't necessarily want to do it, but it ain't nothing. That nigga got billions. So
that's crazy. I'm just saying, man. If he had cut $500,000 off of that, he would have been one of those people that was paying 1.5 for the cat.
Skip.
It's my turn.
Hey, but listen, I think 500,000 is all he had to pay to begin with. We would have been celebrating that nigga on Netflix on Monday. I think it was actually $2 million. So like the fact that he still got to pay 2 mil in the first place, pretty much is just like all you had to do was pay 2 mil to begin with. You would have been
Right.
good.
It would have been
You
just
would have
fine.
came out there. They would have. The Netflix execs might have gave you some head on live TV, literally.
I'm telling you,
Like
like,
said, thank you for this, Vince.
like, bruh,
We ain't never had this much
we
viewership
see
ever.
we seen him stroll out there after them after the stories came out. He still came out on SmackDown like he wasn't
Yeah.
nothing.
He came out on SmackDown. I think SmackDown was in Nebraska too. Or Raw
Mm-hmm.
was in Nebraska. One of them. I remember exactly. That was when like he had like hopped off the fucking steps. Like this nigga was feeling himself, bro. Like,
Yeah, yeah. Like, why you got this pep in your step? Like everything just going smooth right
bro,
now.
you think you got confident that you got some major confidence. You about to hey, you halfway there like Bon Jovi.
Talking
So
about,
best of
hey,
luck to you. I don't think it's
hey,
gonna work out as well as you expecting, but
hey, listen, I'm just saying we're gonna find out if he got hitters or not.
yeah. Luckily for you, you're not at risk of going to prison right now
I'm gonna say
on
yet,
this case. like
because
like this case, you're not gonna be able to go to prison. It's just a civil case.
right.
That ain't to say that somebody else might not come out afterwards and
That's what
you
I'm
just
saying. Like if somebody else, like if this start getting some traction, and somebody else be like, oh, you know what, we getting some progress. Let me start telling my story.
right.
And then you gonna have some problems.
And then niggas gonna try to go out like Joe Paterno and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got cancer. Oh. Like nigga, you didn't have cancer at all before this. That's crazy. You had somebody inject Joe Paterno had somebody inject him with cancer. Because where
Probably
that cancer come from?
because Joe was fine. Joe was damn near 100 when that whole thing jumped off. So it's like
Bruh.
he was fine through
Joe
everything, and then
Paterno
all of
was
a
living
sudden,
life perfectly fine the week before this shit came out.
yep.
Like all of a sudden, nigga got cancer after he get fired. Fuck out my face. You think I'm stupid? This nigga gonna die right after the allegations come out. He don't gotta pay no consequences at all. He got fired with severance. Motherfucking team get the death penalty for a couple years.
Yep.
These niggas got the death penalty and they still got back to the playoff before my team did. That's crazy. That just pissed me off that I thought about it. Let's talk about some more royal address before I get mad. Jeff Hardy, man, he had an interview with WFAA in Dallas. Uh, he said he might be bigger than John Cena if he was on the straight and narrow. I got the full quote. He said, the way I was living my life in my 20s and 30s, and if I was living life the way I'm living now, oh my gosh, there's no telling. I would probably be bigger than John Cena today because I was born with such a gift to be a pro wrestler. It just felt so natural and like I was totally created to do this thing. And the cool thing about that is I'm still here, I still have life, and I still feel good. And I'm proud for that for now. Every time I feel proud for Jeff Hardy, I get disappointed afterwards. So I ain't gonna be too proud. I'm just saying we with you every day at a time, Jeff. With that being said, what are your thoughts on Jeff Hardy saying that he would be bigger than John Cena if he stayed sober?
Boy, listen, I was one of those people that was on that bandwagon, and I was
Same.
hanging on every match, every moment. Uh, I need you to pump the brakes, dog. Like, yes, you would have been bigger than you were in terms of like where you went, and you would have had a lot more going because between the Money in the Bank that he was supposed to win, the WrestleManias he was set up for, like, yeah, we would have been talking about Jeff Hardy a whole lot different. We would not be talking about Jeff Hardy. We'd be talking about John Cena. I think we would be talking about a close second, maybe to John Cena, maybe. Oh, but nah, we're not talking about a bigger name than John Cena. I don't have time to to get into like the impact this motherfucker left on this industry to the point that now, he before the end of his retirement run is going to be in the types of conversations that we have about The Rock. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to see what his movie career side is going to be like. But, I mean, he's already done a bunch of stuff there. But
Mm-hmm.
that that is the type of impact that grew out. Like, Jeff Hardy was, one of those guys that was, like, cool to fuck with at that time. Like, he was that person that was relatable. And not to say that John wasn't, but it's like he was just taking it to a level that was just different from everybody else. Even a disciplined, I want to say disciplined, even a sober and more controlled Jeff Hardy does not rise to that level. Like, because John Cena is a guy that could be seen that, like, corporate wise can look at it and be like, oh, we putting checks onto that. Jeff wasn't necessarily in that realm, but because of what he did over the course of that time span in pro wrestling, it's like his impact would have raised his level if he could have just stayed in, available for a time period. Even in TNA, like, if you go back, that match with Sting that they had to remix on the fly, like, imagine how different that whole night could have gone if he would just kept his shit together. So it's like, yeah, we're definitely having a different conversation, but we are not talking about greater than John Cena conversation. We got to calm down with that.
Listen, I was there. It's easy to say now, like, looking back on things, looking where John Cena is, and you think like, nah, Jeff Hardy can't get there. But like, I know it's up to the booker, so like he probably wouldn't have, because the booker, Vince, is gonna look at Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy, lightweight dude, probably no more than 215 pounds, 220, if that. Versus like John Cena, big bodybuilder dude, clean cut, had him being a Marine for a bit, doing the corporate stuff. I don't think Jeff could do that. But like, listen, if none of the outside stuff was a factor, because y'all forget, I was there. A lot of us were there. Jeff Hardy was bigger than Obama in 2008. So I can't say with the confidence that he would not have been bigger than Cena if we really applied it, if he applied himself and the booker applied it. Because he was getting bigger pops than John Cena for like 3 years. John Cena was getting negative pops.
I will say he probably would have been bigger with the kids. Because by the time we got to like 09, 2010, John Cena had the whole kid demographic on lock. Like, it was just like, they all buying the t-shirts, they all buying the merch, everything. Jeff probably would have taken that from him. And then, honestly, it probably would have been, there's probably a little bit of butterfly effect there, too. Because I think if Jeff Hardy gets over to the point that he could have if he would have stayed straight, we might not get a Daniel Bryan, honestly.
Nah.
Because that's one of them situations where it's like the unconventional guy that typically Vince does not push. That role went unfilled for so long that when Daniel Bryan came up, it was like, okay, this is something that people across the board can get behind. If Jeff is already filling that role, we don't need Daniel Bryan for it. Jeff, Rey Mysterio, like, it was a niche that was like it needed to be filled at a point in time. And if you've got a guy doing it, you probably don't put all those eggs in the basket and listen to people be like, maybe you should push this guy. Nah, probably doesn't happen.
Nah. Hey man, if only we could go back and see this alternate reality where John Cena
listen, I would watch
is an inferior spot to Jeff Hardy. Like, that would be interesting. That'd be interesting. What else we got on the Royal Address this week?
All right. So the Bella twins, the Garcia twins, however you identify them. First we saw them on Raw on Netflix this past Monday. And they said,
were they both there, or was it just Nikki?
I think it was just Nikki. But they were talking. They actually were talking with Deion Sanders and Roxy on their new show on Tubi.
Oh yeah, I seen they had Deion on there.
Yeah.
Hey, Nikki was throwing that cat.
I think it was Brie.
Was it Brie? One of them
Yeah,
was throwing it
yeah,
at Dion. You know, Dion,
yeah.
he gonna intercept that joint because that's what he do.
Hey, listen. Dion was ready to risk it all for like 0.5 seconds because he was like, I had
It's prime
poster
time,
you,
baby.
poster you up on my wall. You was my first crush. It was like, what? Stood up everything. Like,
Tell me
hey,
more, young lady. Tell me more. That's how Dion
right.
talk.
And like, prime time was on your list, baby. Okay, it was good. But
Listen, if I was 20 years younger, crime would have. Boy, if I had both my toes, boy.
I ain't got but eight. I ain't got but eight. Oh man. Hey, so they talked about their time in WWE and they had some little issues, you know, since they left and things like that. Had some uh
Some
things they
little
had to cut
issues.
through. Ah, I'm being kind. Uh but yeah, they said that they've gotten over it. Obviously, with the new regime, everything got smoothed over. And obviously, they said if they ever came calling, if they ever wanted to come back around, it'd be difficult for them to say no. Now Nikki of course, had the neck issues and things like that, and then she got married, started a family, but then stuff going on there. But we obviously everybody would be like if they showed back up, especially now with a tag team division set. I'm here for that, no question. So
Yeah, I'm here for
y'all
a Bella Twins tag title run.
listen, year long in
Hell yeah.
calendar straight. I'm
Whatever
here
makes
for
y'all
that.
the maddest.
Look, I ain't worried about y'all being mad. Like it ain't for y'all, it's for me, for us.
Facts.
Oh, so you heard about that place? It's called what's it called? Cosm. They do that shared reality uh those events where like they put the cameras like right on the field or right on the court or wherever, and it's like when you watching it, it's like in an IMAX theater. You got the view like almost like you own it. So WWE just announced that they have a multi-year partnership with them, and they'll be delivering premium live events inside their shared reality spaces.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to pull up because I've seen clips of that. Those drinks really look fire.
How you spell that?
COSM. But
Let's see if they got
they've
one
got
here, man.
venues. They've got venues in LA and in Dallas right now. And I think they're supposed to be opening one in Atlanta. But yeah, I've seen clips of that. They like the UFC fights and everything like that, and the soccer games. They look crazy. So I
Hey,
mean,
they can low key do that in the sphere here.
yeah,
Look, I'm gonna need them to get one of them, man. I'm trying to listen. If I can't go to the actual Super Bowl, let me go to that shit.
right. That's what I'm saying. Like they know what they're doing, man.
That's smart. I seen look like Warner Brothers is involved in that venture.
Oh yeah,
That's good for them. That's fire. Like Warner
of
Brothers, they
course.
about to open a film studio out here in a few years too. So
Hey,
yeah, I might get to use
slick.
my degree after all.
There you go. Speaking of studios, we just talked about Vince. Conrad Thompson was on his show speaking on Mr. McMahon and the entertainment company that he's building. Apparently, he brought some property, got a building, and he is acquiring a roster to put together. So we're gonna see. He had to preface the comments by saying he's not talking about a wrestling roster, but staff for the entertainment company that he talked about months ago. Um, and Eric
Nice.
Bischoff was even talking about it on his show that right after the Netflix deal that Vince got some property going. So, hey man, man, go talk to the boy. I mean, as long as he don't got no more issues coming up, you know what I'm saying? He got to clear waivers, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, when you clear waivers, I'll think about it. I ain't moving to
Yeah.
Stanford though.
Oh nah. I don't
We'd have
think
had
he'll
that shit
probably keep it
somewhere
there
else.
anyway. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be on the West Coast, which
He
would be
might be
smart.
out here then. New
It'll be
Mexico,
smart.
Arizona, one of them.
Facts.
Can't have it in Cali.
Nah, don't do that.
And then moving,
Don't do
that's
that.
where them taxes be at, man. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why this is literally why Captain America has a Atlanta phone number in the Avengers. Which one was that? Infinity War.
Oh shit. I didn't even
Go
peep
watch
that.
Infinity War, and when Cap called Tony phone after like Ebony Maw and all them niggas show up,
Yeah.
and they show the phone calling, and Cap number is like a 678 area code. That's an Atlanta area code. That nigga live in Atlanta.
Mm.
They supposed to be in New York.
Mm. Hey, he knew what was up.
Facts. Hey, y'all think
Oh,
Captain America racist? Nigga was born in like 1910, bro.
I want to I want to say no because he was born and raised in Brooklyn. Like I feel like
Brooklyn used to be
it's
all
like,
white people.
but see, I feel like there's a neutrality in there. Like he probably had to adjust a little bit, but I don't think he had that like hard R or nothing like that in it. Like I ain't gonna hold you. Real quick. The first time I saw Avengers, it was actually before I watched the Winter not which the first Cap movie. I seen
Uh-huh.
everything else. I didn't see the Cap. And when he pulled up to the helicarrier and he saw Sam and he
Yeah.
just pulled that 5 out hand, I'm like, time out.
That's what I'm saying. Like nigga, I wonder how he felt knowing he had to have a black boss after missing decades of life.
Right.
He don't know that civil rights were a thing anymore. Like civil rights weren't a thing when he was first like put under.
That's what I'm
So when he
saying.
come back, get unfrozen, black people walking around free.
It had no, but like it had me bugged out. But then I remembered they was talking about like the threat that was coming, and I guess he was like he wasn't sure it was so crazy, but he was like $10 says you're wrong, and he handed him a 10. So I'm like, okay, all right, I'm gonna give you a pass for that. But initially, when I first saw this shit, I was like, oh, wait a minute.
Hold on. All right, my bad. I derailed. Let's get
Yeah,
back.
but speaking, I'm glad you went there. That's a perfect segue. We talk about racist people. Mark Henry was talking to TMZ in reference to Hogan pulling up to Netflix and getting the rightful reaction that he
Hey,
deserved.
we'll talk
Uh,
about that momentarily too. Don't fret.
yeah.
I know y'all been
Yeah.
wanting to know how we felt about that situation.
Oh
We will
yeah.
talk about it in a second.
Naturally knows that, obviously, where we are socially, on top of the fact that the man just tried to just waltz back in here like ain't nothing happened. Like he ain't just say what the
Mm-hmm.
fuck he said. Wasn't gonna fly. But he said he actually offered to have him come with him on a tour of black colleges. And of course, naturally, he said, "Oh no, that doesn't work for
No,
me,
brother, it
brother."
doesn't work for me right now.
Yeah. So
Listen,
I don't
Mark Henry
look.
knew what he was doing that shit too. It was like Mark Henry knew that wasn't gonna work out for him at all. He knew he was gonna get smacked. Like they was gonna give that
Uh,
dude that work.
he must have been setting him up for real, for real. Like,
I
but
ain't
see
mad at
that.
it though, Mark. I
Yeah,
fuck with it.
look. Don't. You might not want to tie yourself to that because you get to the wrong city. They're gonna be like, "Hey, we fucking him up and we fucking you up for bringing this nigga here because
Facts.
we don't like it."
Facts.
Oh
What else we
man.
got?
Oh, so apparently everyone within AEW so far, they all expect that Malakai Black is essentially done. Um, Tony Khan said not that long ago that he's under contract until 2027. But he last wrestled on AEW, and essentially, from the look of it and the promo afterwards, is like it's kind of like a bow out for him. And in the hours just after that, um, yesterday, actually, as a matter of fact, he was actually at a Coastal Championship Wrestling's Havoc and Hayes event in Tampa, and he was performing on that event. So I can't see this dude sitting out for a whole year. I don't know if he got like some buyout option or whatever in his contract, but by all accounts, everyone in the company pretty much is on the same page that he's probably done. But I just like, I don't know how. He's like, this ain't a situation where it's like he's in a football or basketball where, hey, you take a year off, rest your body. Nah, that ain't how it works in the pro wrestling game. Like you got to get your dates.
Yeah, you need your reps in. You end up like Kurt Angle.
Right.
Kurt Angle stopped wrestling for a few months and motherfucking he ain't been able to turn his neck since.
Yeah, man, that accumulation added up fast as hell.
Scar tissue, crazy.
And real quick, prayers up to X-Pac, who disclosed that he has been suffering from diverticulitis. It's the third person that I've ever heard this about.
All wrestlers, too.
Yeah, man. That's crazy, man. But that he was asked about like if he potentially would have did any type of in-ring return, like maybe show up at the Rumble or something like that. It was last year. Last year he in 2024 he was hospitalized for 8 days with diverticulitis. So he lost about like 30 pounds, but he got back, beat that back, and he's been training. So he said he's good now. He's good now, but yeah, he had it pretty bad. Almost took boy out. So that's crazy. And
more lies in the alley cat.
Man, listen. the dudes that you would think the way they was living, the way you thought they would have took them out. Yeah, they thriving, so can't be mad at it. Hey, I didn't even realize Maria Kanellis is still with AEW at the moment. I was so unaware.
Because I remember a few months ago, she was like, as soon as my contract up, I'll tell my story.
Well, for those who are waiting for that, circle Halloween on your calendar because that is the end of the contract.
God damn, well, nobody cares.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I done totally forgot that she was there. I forgot she said that.
That's a whole year after she said, I'm gonna tell my story. Like, let her on her contract, dog.
Yeah. Yeah, that there is crazy. Oh, wait. Time out. Oh, it was supposed to be up on Halloween. My bad. It was supposed to be. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
Yeah, so it's actually up this month because they agreed on an extension. So it will be
I care more 2 weeks versus 10 months.
Yeah. Yeah, so a contract is going to be up shortly. So we might be getting that story a little bit sooner than we think.
Okay. I ain't mad at that.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I ain't mad. And last thing I got, looked on Twitter the other day and I seen a video of Mr. Omari Parker, also known as Odyssey Jones.
Yeah, I think it's Palmer, ain't
it? Yeah, Palmer. But yeah, he did a little video statement. He did the whole athlete. First and foremost, let me thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, that's how you know a nigga probably did what he did.
Right. But he was talking about the situation. How these were some false claims from someone that he used to deal with, and he said took a while to address the situation because he had to wait for an injunction to come to set in place so that he could protect his family and friends. So he's taking legal action against these people. Can't talk too much about the situation, but I want to thank WWE for the opportunity, and he's looking forward to getting back to work, and he's accepting bookings 2025. If you want to tell your story, this is the perfect place to come tell it. We here, we open. Come holler at your boys.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna put him on the list.
No, most def. Because I want to know what happened.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, what was supposed to happen with you on TV. Yeah, right. Like we want to, can't be messing with no red tape, but you know what I'm saying? We know what was going on TV, so like, want to see what was supposed to be going down.
That would have been
Speaking of shit that people can't talk about, something irked me. Yesterday. Now, y'all know good and well, I don't like nothing that comes out of David's mouth or from his Twitter fingers. But see, you remember how when Cody's doc dropped and he talked about how he can't say why he left AEW. And my thing was like, it has to be something related to Tony, and it's probably something legal, whatever, and all this other shit.
Yeah.
Why did this motherfucker come out? I don't remember when it was, but I seen it this week. Somebody mentioned, well, Cody not talking about why he ever left AEW. This motherfucker said Cody can't talk about it because it has something to do with Tony, and they agreed never to speak on it. I don't ever concur with this motherfucker. I will not ever be caught dead aligning with anything that he says. But he might have a point. Because that's where I've been on this for 2 years, 3 years now. Like, I've been saying this.
Damn, he been there 3 years. That's crazy.
Yeah. Wow. It's really pushing. So like it's
the meme back longer than he was in AEW to begin with. That's why.
Yeah, that's insane. But yeah, it's like it's that meme. Like, congratulations, the worst person that you know was made a
great point.
Yeah, I don't like that shit. But for somebody who is, basically a plant within their system, if he's saying it, it must be
got some legs.
At least 60% right.
Yeah. It got some legs. I said that from the jump. I was like, it gotta be something in regards to that. I think Tony was like the main guy that Cody wasn't like favorably speaking up. Like, he didn't say nothing bad about him, but he just wasn't like complimentary. He didn't go out of his way to be complimentary.
Exactly. To this day, it's like he'll talk about everyone else. He talk about the Bucks. He talk about Kenny, everyone else involved. You barely hear him. He will say his name, but it's like, oh yeah, Tony, was involved in it, blah, blah, blah. But you don't hear him mention much at all about this man. And at the time when they were like, when this thing was jumping off and they were getting going, they had a great relationship for all accounts. So I'm like, something there blew this whole shit up. And Cody,
there was a point. Go ahead, my bad.
I said weeks ago, Cody left as like almost a warning to the rest of y'all. Like, something ain't right in this motherfucker right here. I'm getting out before it gets worse.
There was a point where I noticed a shift where Cody like kind of cut out all that jackassery that he was doing on TV.
Yeah.
Which was around the time Punk and Bryan and Cole came in. And then also around that time when Punk came in, when Bryan came in, and when Cole came in, this is kind of around the time Tony started taking a lot of credit for things. And then next thing we know, Cody Rhodes is like, hey, my contract expiring, I'm not coming back.
Right. Because like, Cody didn't know these guys before showing up. It's not like Tony just had all these motherfuckers on speed dial and got them to show up. Like, Cody wasn't in the company with Daniel or nothing.
He wasn't a IC champ when Punk was WWE champ and Bryan was world champ. Like,
right.
None of that happened.
That sounds like some Jerry Jones shit to me.
Hey, that nigga, they kind of are the AFC version of the Cowboys, just less successful.
It's funny too. Because you heard that shit with Shad Khan?
Yeah,
He's talking about, hey, basically somebody come in and say, uh, let's change the front office up. You might not get rid of the general manager. He's like, well, if you got a better option, fuck it, I'll fire this motherfucker right now. And the dude was on the call. Like this whole family don't know how to function shit properly to save their life. Nah.
like it was crazy. The football. Sorry, I called it football. My bad. Soccer. I'm American. The soccer team that they own, them fans do not speak highly of Tony at all. Like this was
Right.
before AEW. We can go back and they was on this nigga neck. So like the fact that wrestling fans kind of are the opposite is kind of crazy. It's
Yeah,
wild.
man.
Anyway, let's talk about what we watched this past week. What you watched this past week?
So since my '05 watch got interrupted, I started creating some
That's
new
crazy.
side missions, and I wanted to watch something I hadn't watched at all, which was the Mae Young Classic. So I started
Which one?
the first one.
Okay.
So I watched like the first round so far.
Young Bianca, young Rhea. Rhea looked different, didn't she?
Rhea, yeah, man, listen, her, Shayna, um,
One Tony in that one.
Tony, yeah, Tony was in both.
Yeah, I know Tony won the second one.
Yeah, yeah, and Crimson
I
Chin
think
was in
Mia
there
Yim
too.
was in that joint too.
Yeah, Mia was in there. Crimson
Marty
Chin was in
Bell.
there.
Yeah, she was
Marty
in there.
Bell, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, they it was
Kyrie.
cold in that motherfucker. Kyrie, yeah, man, like this was wild. Vanessa Bourne, what happened to Vanessa Bourne?
Yeah. Man, Vanessa Bourne out here, FanDuel merchant, man. She out here on the DraftKings. She a tough
Oh
gambler.
man. Oh, okay. All right.
Hey, she be
I
hitting
feel it.
parlays too, man. You might want to trail.
Oh, bet. Say less.
She be
So
hitting.
I was full disclosure. I was doing good until they let Josh Jacobs go crazy just now in this second half. Like I was about to have a day like October, and then
Josh
y'all
Jacobs
just
having a good playoff game, that hurt. That must hurt for the people out
I
here.
know it too. I know it too. Oh, nasty.
Oh well. I did not watch any wrestling this past week. I caught up on a couple movies, man, that I either have seen before. Some stand up comedy, some documentaries. The first Den of Thieves, I ran that one back because the second one came out this week, which I need to go see.
Bet, bet, yeah.
So ran that first Den of Thieves back. Uh, I ran back the Paul Mooney stand up joint where he said Samoans ain't nothing but Samoan niggas.
Oh yeah,
Ran that
yeah,
one
man.
back. Netflix dropped this Jerry Springer documentary. I
Oh, I
ain't
seen
know
the previews for that.
I ain't know Jerry was out here smashing the guests now. Jerry was out here, his old ass.
I'm putting that on my watch list right now.
Yeah. Also didn't know that I didn't know that there was three guests on there, a love triangle, where like the dude, like wife and his mistress was up there, and this nigga killed both of them like later that night after they left the show. I didn't know about that either. So like they
Oh,
talked
that's
about all
crazy.
that. They talked about how the producer, like the executive producer Jerry, came in and changed everything and made it that way. All the producers would these are real people, like no actors and nothing, real people on Jerry. And they would come in with their real situations, get coached by the producers to just be over the top. And like it was like a social experiment, bro. Like probably should have been illegal. Like if Jerry Springer ran in 2025, they would get hit with a RICO.
Oh, facts. Ain't no
Like
question. We know that.
type shit. It's like the fact
Man,
that all this was acceptable in the 90s is crazy. So yeah, y'all check that out if y'all ain't seen it.
I'm gonna
And then
have
I
to.
watched this joint on Peacock with James McAvoy, Speak No Evil.
Oh yeah, that shit looks
You seen
insane.
this?
I haven't seen. I saw all the damn trailers and previews for it. I didn't. I might check it out though.
So I'm not gonna recommend it because like You ever watch a horror movie and the white people in the movie just piss you off?
Oh yeah,
This is one of them
several of
movies.
those.
This is one of them movies where the white people just like, because like black people watch horror movies from a black perspective.
Right. The
Like
stupidity
black,
level is too high sometimes.
yeah, these white people allowed their boundaries to be overstepped for 2 hours, bro. I could never. So like I was getting so mad watching this movie. Y'all can check it out though. It was decent. It was just like it's gonna piss you off.
Well, I peeped that through the one joint in the trailer where he was talking about like, oh, she's a vegan and oh, you should try this, and like, nigga, she said no. Like, why are you still pushing it? You
Yeah,
actually did. I'm like, yo, it's like, oh my
yeah.
god, yeah. See shit
Y'all
like
peep that.
that. That irritates me. That irritates me to no end, for real.
Yeah. Your typical white people letting their boundaries get overstepped horror movie is
Mm-mm.
what this is. Yeah.
That's
But James
crazy.
McAvoy crazy as fuck.
I know that's like the only reason I would have been like, yeah, let me check this out because I know McAvoy when he get into a role like these, like
Like split.
this motherfucker go, yeah, right, this motherfucker go balls to the wall with it, like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, bro was tripping. Bro was tripping. So yeah, y'all peep that if y'all want to. But yeah. So I'm gonna get on my Royal Rumble rewatch. It's about that time this week.
facts.
I'm gonna run back my favorite Rumble 2002. That's a that's my mainstay every year. I gotta check that out.
Oh yeah, that's a banger.
2020, gotta peep that one.
Always.
Yeah, there's some good Rumbles out there. 2000,
2020 was 2020 was generational, bro. Like
it was because it happened on an absolutely horrible day. So like,
man, listen,
it was much needed.
talking about like when you was like the day where you down and and then you just feel the lift
Yeah,
over the course of that hour plus that was going on. Like, yeah, that was it. That was it.
shout out to all the producers on that one.
Would have been better if y'all let Shayna win the women's rumble though.
Facts. I don't even who won. Who was it, Charlotte?
Yeah,
Yeah,
she ain't
no,
need that shit. She ain't need that.
and then y'all let Shayna go into the chamber and just did some bullshit that
Oh
just
my
like
god.
didn't go over with nobody.
It's like on paper, I love the way y'all was thinking,
Yeah,
but that shit was not playing out on TV the way y'all thought it was going to. Like, nah,
nah,
bro.
nah. But yeah, Rumble rewatch season.
Hell
It's
yeah.
about that time, man. But let's talk about the debut episode of Raw on Netflix, man. Fun time. I enjoyed it. I don't care what y'all was talking about. Y'all seen enough special edition episodes of Raw to know what this was gonna be like. Wasn't gonna be much happening. I don't know what y'all was complaining about. It's been
Look,
20
I
years of special episodes of Raw. The first one they did was Homecoming. That had some wrestling on it. So I ain't tripping on that. They did their thing on that. I want to say about like '07, '08 is when the special episodes stopped really mattering unless it was a draft episode.
mm-hmm.
It was just there. It was a circle jerk of like, yo, we're gonna honor the legends, we're gonna honor the celebrities, we're gonna have the corporate people here. That's what that was always gonna be. It's like the Super
Well, see,
Bowl.
that was my thing. Like it just it felt like a show for those corporate people and those people who like weren't that familiar with wrestling. I still it's like I said the night of when I jumped on with Matt and Travis. I give it a passing grade because there was stuff on there I liked, but I felt like it was a lot of the show was just like catering to these big wigs and execs that was sitting in the crowd. Like this was a show for them
It was
almost
and
as
watching
much
it.
for
Oh, go
them as
ahead.
it was for the rest of us.
Yeah, but like watching it, it was also for people who I mean, you literally had a bunch of people like I've never watched wrestling before. If I see WWE's on Netflix, I might check it out.
Yeah.
So like it was for them. Like you got to give them
Yeah.
something to be like, yo, this is dope. Like you can't have niggas out there wrestling for 20 minutes. They ain't entertaining to people that's never seen it before.
Yeah.
Unless it's Roman and Solo, like the spectacle guys. But like I would have been mad as hell if we had the Viking Raiders on the show or whatever they call it. wrestling 15-minute matches for the tag title. Like nobody want to see that. The Viking Raiders ain't for niggas that's never seen WWE before.
And that too, like again, like I understood, I passing grade, but I understand why they did it, and they pushed off the IC tournament finals for the women to next week, and it's like I feel like they could have put it on there and it would have been fire because like, but if you're trying to spice it up and keep all like the sizzle there with all your top stars, maybe you're not gonna have them on there because the long-term fan is gonna know everything about that match and how much it means and those two talent involved. But the casual fan who don't really watch wrestling, ain't been part of wrestling in a while, or the people cutting the checks, they ain't gonna have the same type of investment. So I get it.
Hey, the dude that y'all told me was the face of the company and the supposed undisputed champion was sitting in the crowd. He didn't even get to be on the show.
Hey man,
they had an executive say, "Hey, that's our champion right there," and that's all he did.
I can't call it.
Unnamed executive said that.
I just
if you smell what I'm cooking.
Look. I'm just saying. I understand your kids was in the building. Your little girls was there. This 180 ain't cutting it for me. Now I understand. He said the next night on NXT,
20 steps ahead.
Yeah, enjoy the ride that The Rock is taking you on. Okay, so that to me told me that you messing with us right now. You telling a story. Okay, fine. Initially, I was kind of tight because I'm like, you was beating that nigga's ass in the rain last time we saw y'all. He was slapping him with this weight belt. Like, y'all are not cool. When did this happen?
Niggas just drinking, taking shots backstage, and then nigga hopped in the car though. This is the second time I've seen this nigga drinking and driving.
Yeah, like that's
you supposed to be an executive.
Yeah,
like what an example what executives is setting out here.
We do not want to be doing that on TV for real.
Nah, you tripping. But let's talk about it. Tribal Combat. Roman Reigns wins back to Uma Thurman. The Rock clearly wants the Uma Thurman.
Mm-hmm.
There is and when I typed this in my notes, I remember The Rock and Uma Thurman did a movie together. Be Cool in 2004.
Oh, damn.
So The Rock done had the Uma Thurman before.
Right.
Roman Reigns is crowned by The Rock, who in this instance was playing the role of High Chief Sully Dwayne Johnson. The Rock was crowned a High Chief in Samoa a few years ago. I forgot about until he brought it back up. Roman Reigns also declared for the Royal Rumble. First time since 2020.
Mm-hmm.
He has had a reason to be in a Rumble since 2020. He was the champion the whole time. We also got Jey Uso defeating Drew McIntyre. Basically sent that nigga back to the next territory.
Mm-hmm.
Drew gonna be on SmackDown. Travis Scott smoking that pack on WWE was crazy.
Yeah. They had me so confused because I could be wrong. I definitely heard them say that Travis Scott was supposed to do a performance on Raw. And so
I don't remember them saying that. Thankfully he didn't.
But I'm definitely I read it.
Trying to hear that bullshit, man.
but it's like lights go down, music starts playing. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be it can't be that long because by this point we was like an hour and a half deep into the show. Like, how long are we gonna go? But then I see him standing up there. I'm like, okay, I don't know how he gonna do the show from up there. And then I see this just like this. I'm like,
so I heard Pat was like Travis Scott burning a little sage. I'm thinking nigga got some real sage up there. Like, okay, I'm not looking. I just heard him say it, and then like I look and I see like nigga put something to his mouth. And I seen some smoke. So I'm thinking like, again, I'm not thinking of it. I'm like, yo, he probably got a Benjamin button in the bitch or something. Probably. Nah, I see some ember and some fire in his hand. I'm like, yo, that's a real lit joint in this bitch. Like, That's crazy. I know
Hey,
it's a
yo.
certain Hall of Famer that was watching Raw mad as fuck.
Can't believe this motherfucker had the audacity to come over my motherfucking house.
Nigga, Snoop Dogg was mad as hell.
Yo, Snoop said,
Like,
I
I'd
done
have
been
been on
putting my,
this show how many times in the last 25, 30 years? They
oh
ain't never
God.
let me do it.
Snoop said, I've been putting my NBC face on for y'all for years. Y'all ain't let me touch one blunt. This here ain't nowhere near my
His
stratosphere. He
first
just lighting up
appearance
freely in front of the crowd. They getting
in the
contact
crowd
high.
next to a wrestler that's about to go work. Like,
Hey, I know he hit that before he stepped out there. They was back there like,
Triple
hey,
H.
hey,
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 I
real
know
quick, real
Triple H
quick.
was back there sweating. Like, don't do it, Jay.
Oh man. Jay said I done had enough issues, you know what I'm
Right.
saying, with the
So I'm in
influence.
the
I'm gonna just chill.
fact, I'm in the biggest, best spot I've ever been in my career.
Hell yeah.
I'll wait till after the show.
Hey, hey, dog, listen, can't nobody tell me. I believe Michael Cole wholeheartedly when he says he's having the most fun he's ever had in his career. This nigga was so offbeat when he was trying to do
Bro,
it.
I knew Michael Cole was white, but damn, I didn't know he was that white.
And he keep telling everybody because Pat said on the show, he's like, you gotta keep telling, you gotta let everybody know I'm big in the rap community. They love me over there because back in the day, he took a, I forget who he was. He was in the picture with, I think Snoop was in there
It
somewhere.
was Snoop and
But
Godfather.
yeah. So he keeps leaning on that every time he see Pat. So like, make sure everybody knows I'm big in the rap community. I'm telling you right now, anybody run that film back and see you, it's not gonna go well for you in any community, dog. It's not.
Hey, you see Pat tweet that picture from Michael Cole Apple Watch. This nigga Michael Cole watch thought that he failed, bro. That's
uh,
hilarious.
he got winded. He
Shout
was like,
Cole,
all right,
man.
thank God for the commercial break. I get a chance to catch my breath.
Facts. He said he was still trying to catch his breath when the break came back.
Oh, oh man.
Hey, shout out to Cole, man. And
Facts.
shout out to John Cena from one GOAT to the next GOAT. The John
Yes,
Cena
sir.
Farewell Tour had his first stop in LA. And y'all seen the fit John Cena had on.
Yep.
He had that G Perico all blue. Only
Mm-hmm.
white dude that can walk around Inglewood with that fit on and be safe.
Hey. Let me
Anybody else would
tell
have
you,
got pressed.
man, listen, in LA, close to
Hey,
LA.
you imagine just like John Cena just walking down the street, be like, yo, where you from, cuz? Nigga turned around, be like, oh shit, that's John Cena. You good?
Right.
Shout out to
Ain't
John
no
Cena.
way.
John Cena declares for the Royal Rumble and said, yo, I'm gonna work my way up. Which like, yo, fuck all that shit, John Cena. I need you to politic
That's what I'm saying.
harder than
Like,
you've ever politicked before. I don't care.
if there was ever a time.
Yeah. But like, no, he declares for the Rumble. Everybody saying, yo, this our choice for the Rumble. I don't think he should win it. I was saying it months ago that he should in the main event mania and beat Gunther, all that good stuff.
He's a
But nah,
favorite.
is he?
Oh yeah.
Listen, hey, Las Vegas taking y'all money if y'all putting it on John Cena. Because he should not win. I think he should lose a Rumble. He should qualify for the chamber, lose the chamber, lose every possible opportunity he has to get close to the championship until we start getting closer to the end. Like, y'all, if y'all not familiar with the hero's journey, which is literally like how every piece of literature works, from wrestling to movies to the hero's journey.
Mm-hmm.
Motherfucker got to go through all the obstacles until he get to the accomplishing his goal. He might have a you might have a homeboy on the way, somebody giving him some advice. So you might see a tag team run with John Cena. If we're doing the hero's journey, a little
Mm-hmm.
mini tag run, somebody,
Okay.
maybe Cody.
Okay.
I don't know. That's how it goes. John Cena needs to lose every possible opportunity until maybe SummerSlam.
Oh, to SummerSlam. God damn.
Yeah.
I was gonna say because I don't think he's gonna win. There's really no reason for him to win the Rumble. Um, like even if we wanted nostalgia that bad, like there's so many other ways to get him there. But I was gonna say have him kind of go the way of like 2010 Shawn when he was crashing out. Like,
Ooh.
okay, he lost the Rumble, but maybe just maybe he could, get involved in, somebody's title match or whatever, or like it inadvertently cost somebody a shot or whatever, something crazy like that.
What if he just grows more and more desperate? He just keeps losing. He gets more desperate as it gets closer to the end. And then, like, I know you ain't seen Breaking Bad, but kind of like the Walter White thing. John Cena slowly breaks bad.
Oh, I know what you're talking about though. Like he went from like when he was like calm, mild mannered, what I'm saying, as a teacher, and then like did the buzz cut. Now he got his goatee on. Now he hard body in the game. Like yeah, I see that.
You go from the mild mannered, pretty much a bitch, to being a murderous kingpin.
Like, hey, listen. If I see him come out with that cut from back in the day, you know what time it is, because he still ain't do it yet. Yeah, he still ain't did it yet. But if he trimmed them sides back, we on demon time. You know what it's gonna be.
Yo, John Cena come up with the baldy.
Oh my God. Listen.
Motherfucker out here gonna look like Prince William.
Oh.
Y'all go look up Prince William if y'all know who he looked like. He looked like John Cena, don't he?
Oh man, this is not the time for him to be looking like any of those motherfuckers.
Hell no. It's Prince. It gotta be Prince William. Let me go. It's Googleable. Yeah, Prince William. Yeah. That's an evil alternate reality John Cena. Let's get back on this, man. Rhea Ripley wins her third women's championship, defeating Liv Morgan, and also delivers a riptide to Dominic Mysterio, which which leads me to believe we finally wrapped this thing.
Please, Lord, let it be over.
Lord Jesus,
I'm so serious. I can't take no more of that.
One name. Give me one name. Who is Rhea Ripley's WrestleMania opponent?
Man. It's tough because, like, I don't think it's going to be anybody on this side of the roster. Like, because who's there right now? Like, Becky's on the way back, but I don't know if they're going to run that back.
It's a little early for this, but right now I got EO winning the Rumble. I don't know how they're gonna do that.
That's like that, and see, like that's what I'm saying. Like that feels like the only logical answer, but I don't know. Like if I would pick anybody between both brands, I'm saying Bianca, but she's on SmackDown, so I don't know if y'all want to like hit that transfer window unless Bianca's gonna win the Rumble, which I'm not. I don't know how. I got no problems with that. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like it's somebody that's not on the roster right now. Because as much as EO would make sense, it's like I feel like we ain't really heated her up much. Like she's kind of just been like treading water between the IC title tournament,
tag division,
and then the tags, with damage control. You know what I'm saying? At some point, Asuka's gonna be back.
Yeah.
So that thing's just gonna keep going. And there's no way we elevate Raquel Rodriguez in the next 3 months into contention. There's no way. So I don't know. It's like unless it's somebody that just pops up out of nowhere. Like
Some people,
somebody,
it won't take long to heat up. Somebody like Raquel is going to take a minute to heat her up.
yeah, yeah.
It's one of them things we're going to have to revisit this conversation when we do our predictions. Pretty much,
Right.
like once
Like
we get a little.
like to me, the answer is on SmackDown, unless we like took a real shot in the dark. Like I think Dakota's probably going to win the IC title. If that's the case, I mean, there's no wrong answer. It could be her, it could be Lyra. But if that's the case, maybe I'll take a shot in the dark. And if the person who wins the Rumble don't challenge Rhea, you have a little tournament, she could win that. She could challenge Rhea. Because Lyra came up pretty fast on NXT, and she got over with the crowd on main roster pretty well so far. So if you tell that story over the course of a month, 2 months, maybe she wins the chamber, maybe she wins a tournament, something like that. That's the only way I could see if it's someone on the Raw roster. Other than that, I don't think it's going to be nobody there.
Honestly, now that I thought about it, I think she's going to lose the belt before Mania.
So who though?
Because then we can solve a lot of different problems here. I don't know. Maybe in the chamber. That's an easy way for somebody to drop the belt. Like maybe she just put it on the line in the chamber.
She probably will. Because I don't think it's going to be Tiff.
Nah. I think Tiff gonna go into Mania with hers.
She should.
But I can't see Rhea going into Mania again with the belt. And having only had one feud from last spring, summer until now. Like,
yeah.
Anyway, we'll see when we get there.
I think once Becky gets back, it's gonna kind of set the scene a little bit better.
Yeah. So we'll be all right in that time. But right now, let's talk about who came out and celebrated with Rhea Ripley. The Undertaker comes out there on his bike, does the whole shit, you know, put up the Black Power fist.
I don't know if
I predicted Undertaker would make an appearance. I said,
it's you know they do the random pop ups for any.
We froze.
It is
tough. We froze. Yeah, are we back? We back. Type shit. But yeah,
cool.
Shout out to Undertaker. You know who else I predicted was gonna show up?
Who that?
Terry Eugene Bollea.
I'm packing the air, this gas what?
These peasants, you peasants.
Terry Eugene Bollea. Listen, Travis Scott wasn't the only one smoking on that pet on Monday night. Listen, hold on. We got the cigar in hand right now. We got it. I just lit up a cigar live on Young Kings Wrestling. So let me get it back.
No.
Terry Eugene Bollea, as some people like to call him Hulk Hogan. Some people like to call him Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
Oh, man.
Me, I like to call him the peasant of the week. Bring that ass here, boy. Man. Because contrary to popular belief, Inglewood was up to a lot of good on Monday night. I feel like Cam Newton. I feel like AJ Hawk right now.
Man.
Hey, why was
really
Terry here?
Cigar out. Hell if I know, bro.
One, this man pulled up to LA off the PJ, fresh off the PJ in a MAGA Powers shirt.
Yeah.
This shit said Trump, Vance, Hogan. And I think it might have said Trump, Hogan, Vance, honestly. Like, this nigga think he the VP. That shit crazy. This dude don't add nothing to nothing. Like he was there to promote a product, and he don't add nothing to anything at all. So that's why I'm smoking on the Hogan pack right now, on the Terry pack. Cause like he was there to promote something, and that was it. But like he don't add nothing to nothing.
No. Look.
First off, can't, and like even if he was there for a reason, to say like when all the other legends come back and they be like, "Yo, we here to mentor the people, give some pointers, some advice." What advice is he gonna give to anybody in the locker room?
None. First off, he can't give advice to this era because they are getting over in ways that he hadn't even thought about back in the 80s. But also, nobody wants to hear from you, sir. You have not been relevant since I will say early 2000s because, you know, he was still trotting his broken, busted ass out there, had his show on VH1. So I'll give him early 2000s.
Yeah.
But that was 20 years ago, dog. Literally 20 years ago. So not relevant. Look, they advertised the man, so they had to put him out there. They had to know, and I think I read too. They were aware of the possibility, but I mean, look. Sometimes you go to the well, and you got that Flint water in there, and you got to put that shit back.
Yeah,
you got to put it back. Thankfully, we didn't. They read the room, and this didn't go on longer than it needed to. It was already too long to begin with. But I mean, this dude walking his old, wrinkled, the flab is setting in on the arms, like he walking doing
a lot of heavy lifting.
That's what I was saying. Like he got that limp walking. Like, man, hey, we might be getting close to that time. You know what I'm saying? I might need to get a cigar my damn self.
Hey, shit. Listen, when that time comes, it's not gonna be a cigar. Letting you know right now, that boy Terry got his own product out here. Soon as I find out,
oh my god! Listen,
first chance I get before it's all gone off the shelves, because somebody gonna go in there and buy it out. So let me go get my piece real quick so I can come on the show, and we gonna literally be on that Terry pack then. Because like I seen Eric was like, man, Eric Bischoff was on his podcast, and like usually like Eric come on there on his show and he say some shit, and I kind of agree with it, but like I didn't agree with what Eric had to say because sometimes I'm reminded that old white men are old white men.
Yeah.
And a lot of times old white men don't know what's going on. Eric went out there, and I don't know if he just literally had no idea, didn't think about it, or was just being an oblivious old white man. This man said, yo, I mean, they were in LA and they're liberals. So like, yeah, everybody know his Trump affiliation. And I think that's what it was. Like, yeah, that's kind of it, Eric. Like I said, he hopped off the PJ with the MAGA Power shirt. But like, it's not just his affiliation with Trump. That's the thing that I don't think people were understanding. Like, it's not just that. Because like, who'd I just talk about? The Undertaker. He had Trump on his podcast.
Right.
And the Undertaker got a to gimmick infringement taker. Huge pop. Like typical, like people like the Undertaker.
First off, that man got on TikTok with Kane.
Yeah.
And basically told y'all we gonna Brothers of Destruction y'all asses if you don't vote for Trump.
He did say that.
And again, not a single boo was heard when he pulled up. So this narrative that it was about his affiliation with Trump and also that I don't know where it came from, but it was such a far thing from the truth.
And honestly, listen, he did something so egregious that he literally was fired for a couple years. But we cool now to we're going to endorse this product that got his name on it. Like, do y'all remember what he said?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
if you don't remember, It's coming straight from the horse's mouth live here.
So it gets to the point where I know Brooke was fucking the Black and his son, where they've been hanging out, I caught them holding hands together on the tour, they were getting close. I knew before I don't give a fuck, okay? I'm not a double standard type guy, I'm a racist to a point. Yeah. You know, fucking weird. But then when it comes to nice people, you know, I mean,
we all are that way.
yeah, but when it comes to nice people, you can't say, I don't give a fuck, she's dirty, I don't care, fucking hate football, fucking going to a basketball player, to have him. If we're gonna fuck with vendors, let's get a rich one. The kid is a multi-billionaire.
You hear what he said?
Right.
He said, if we gonna mess with N-words, let's get a rich one. He said, we're all racist to a point. That's what he said. And I remember hearing that he addressed the locker room back around that time when he first came back.
Yeah.
But he never addressed anything. He never addressed anything publicly, you know? He never apologized to the people. And I don't think he apologized to the locker room. He just told them, yo, in case you're being recorded, make sure you're careful of what you say, brother. He didn't say, y'all, I'm sorry for this. You're not sorry about nothing. Man, but he want us to spend his money on his bullshit ass beard.
The perfect person to talk to about it was E, because E came out and was talking about how he came in there on that bullshit, trying to smooth things over like didn't happen. And he was like, basically, we ain't accepting what you're saying right now, because you're not even talking about the root problem that we got to this point about. Like, you giving basically a half-assed, my bad, when that's not how this goes. Like, you talking to a guy in the business who at one point looked up to you, and now I hear you talking like this when when you don't realize you being recorded. Like, oh, that's how you feel about us. Okay, and we're not addressing that point, so we're just supposed to accept this sorry, my bad, that you bring it in here, and we just gonna be cool and move forward? No. And that was almost 10 years ago. So we have not progressed any further since then. And you thought, hey, y'all could buy some beer that I made, right? No.
I've had a lot of partners, brother, but no partners like the real American beer. Crowd booing. They had his ass shook too. He was stumbling over his words and everything.
I tell you what, though. On party day, I'm gonna crack a couple of those open.
Yeah, I might too. We'll endorse it after the party ends. when the party over, that's when we really turning up.
Hell yeah!
This dude wants shit to be. He wants shit to be sweet, like when before the tape leaked, man. Like shit was barely sweet before the tape leaked, and now shit ain't sweet. And you think it's just cool, just like, oh, enough time has passed, brother. The niggers are over it.
I'll tell you what. The second that news breaks, I'm buying all the stock in Real American Beer. Because I just have a feeling that it ain't gonna be just us. It's gonna be a lot of people partaking in this. So I'm gonna buy some stock when that news drop. I ain't gonna hold you.
Hey, Jimmy Hart caught that association smoke, didn't he?
Oh man.
It's not fair for Jimmy Hart.
That's cold-blooded. He waving his flag like, Jimmy, please. Like, we don't want you to catch these strays. Like, it's not necessary, dog. You don't work too hard for this.
Hey, came up on us like, hey, this your boy?
Right.
Good. You just got fucked up with him.
Yeah, man. Like
both y'all niggas.
You don't got to be part of this drive-by. Like, you standing in the way.
Yeah, man. It's all bad, Jimmy.
I
think we met Jimmy out here a few years ago, too.
I met him at the first Comic-Con I went to.
Yeah, I found out, now that I remember, I said something. I said, happy birthday to Bushwhacker Butch. I meant Luke. But I found out Bushwhacker Butch died in front of wrestling fans at a WrestleCon before WrestleMania in LA.
Bro, what?
Like I don't think he died at the moment, but he had a medical emergency.
I'm about to say.
And I'm like, damn, I ain't never heard nobody talk about that.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I didn't hear about this.
Like, that's tough. RP to Bushwhacker Butch, man.
Facts.
Wrapping up the Raw Netflix debut in the main event, CM Punk defeats Seth freaking Rollins. And I thought Seth would get the win here, but I get it.
Too.
We just further in the solidification of his little brother arc.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty sure this is his latest villain origin story.
Oh my God.
I didn't like the way he was looking. And
listen,
I think CM Punk needs to be eyes behind him and on his shoulders.
Listen, first, two things. One, you was just in a situation like this, dog. So you need to have like, he ain't the type to have security with him, but you need to have like eyes behind you and some cameras, all this other, like you need to be on alert at all times because you was just in this situation
with Drew.
But but like you remember when Seth walked out? This was during the pandemic era, and he came out and it was just a couple weeks after they found out Becky was pregnant, and he was walking looking all lost and confused, like just silent.
Oh, somebody told that nigga congratulations, he crashed out.
Yeah. Yo, man, listen. That I need that times 10. I need this to send him into the deepest tailspin he done ever been on. Like,
hey, who was that?
I don't even remember. But this was when he
Probably
was with
somebody that don't work there no more.
When he was with Buddy and
yeah.
I think Theory was with them too.
Yeah.
But this was way back then. I don't remember who said it, but they made a meme out of him. It was so bad. Like he really looked like he was like down bad. But nah, I need that. Like this, I need this to send him postal for real.
Thanks. Y'all see that Tupac rant that Punk did afterwards?
Oh my God.
He was going off.
Listen. I see somebody say like, hey, Tony Khan, thank you for being in fear for your life. Because it led us to this point. Because that boy was cooking. Hey, I'm here for that.
Hey, Hangman Page being a jackass has led to some good entertainment the last year.
Man, won't he do it?
Man. Shout out to CM Punk, man.
Oh,
he out here.
And I did see this. I forget who posted it, but talking about a trilogy because Paul announced on Friday that Roman was entering the Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, love both talent, right? We do not need to see a trilogy of Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. We don't.
Nah.
It serves to benefit no one because you're screwing yourself either way you go. Because if you go into that trilogy and Roman beats Cody, now you question the legitimacy of the WrestleMania 40 main event, which y'all spent hell, earth, and water and everything to make happen against, so many different thoughts of mine, right? Y'all said the people have to have it. They riot in the streets if we don't put this man over. But if Roman was to beat him with all this other stuff out the way now, that all goes into question. Because all them shenanigans that took place in the Mania main event were like, oh, that helped Cody win. Seth getting involved and Solo and Cena and Rock and everybody. Like, that's what it took for Cody to win. And Roman beating him and winning the title takes all of that away. And y'all pissed us off by fucking the money up to make that main event. So y'all will not sit up here and undo all of that work by making that trilogy match. But then on the flip side, right? Roman was champion for 1,400 plus days. It literally took all of what I just talked about for him to lose that championship. So it's not to say that Cody was so much better, but just on that particular night, he pulled it out. For Cody to go into a third match with Roman Reigns and pull off a win there, you are definitively saying, number one, Cody is the better man in the situation, which that's been disputed since before WrestleMania 40. So I'm not about to jump on that bandwagon now. But also, you're saying that Cody is the face of the company over Roman Reigns. I am not having it. Not having it. I'm sorry. Cody can be the champion. He can be the 1B to Roman's 1A. I'm fine with that. He can be the guy that, you know, all the kids love to see and you can put on the face of everything like that. Roman is the face of this company. Point blank, period. Until he says, I'm done being the face of this company. John Cena said it, and he is acknowledged as the GOAT. Point blank, period. So, for all of those reasons, we don't need a trilogy. Don't make it happen. Don't let it happen. We are done here. Let's move on. Just want to get that out the way.
Hey, Roman and Cody at WrestleMania, one, it would piss me off because I'm trying to beat her, and I don't want to see it. That would be like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3.
Oh, don't do them like that.
Yeah, that's how it would be. Because, you know, sometimes like a movie would be so good and then they'd be like, let's order a sequel. And the sequel might do better at the box office. But like a lot of things they would do differently in the sequel. Just like there's a stark difference between like the first Ninja Turtles and the second one.
Yep.
Like in the vibe. Like, but I think it made more money because they were able to market it better versus the first one. The third one, though, like you're just doing too much. And a lot of trilogies do that. Taken did that. Shrek did that. And Shrek, they did another movie after that.
And they got another one. I mean,
yeah. And I'm sorry if this offends. I love the franchise, but Rush Hour didn't necessarily need a third movie.
Look, I've been saying that for years.
I like Rush Hour. It just didn't need a third movie.
It was so unnecessary. Like it gets to that point where it's like it don't hit the same. The sting comes out of it. Like Rush Hour 2 was perfect. We could have stopped there. And it's like you wait the years after to do this because I think Rush Hour 3 came out like, was it 08?
5 years later.
Yeah. 07. So it's like now they older, you know what I'm saying? Chris put on some weight, you know what I'm saying? Like it just the sting don't hit the same. Like them jokes that he was telling in 02 was not the same in 08. It's just so sometimes we just need to let it go.
Hey, Chris Tucker gave us a here nigga damn performance in Rush Hour 3.
Yeah. In all honesty,
it wasn't bad,
like
but like
it felt phoned in. It felt like it's like he didn't really want to do it, but it was like, you know, for the
million?
gram, like for y'all. Right. Yeah, like them checks, you know. Brett Ratner. No.
Hey, y'all niggas had Roman Polanski in the movie too. That kind of take it down a bit.
Oh God.
This nigga not even allowed in America, bro.
Right.
Like, come on, what we doing? And that's what be kind of killing me about my nigga Quentin. You love Roman Polanski.
Oh boy.
That should be like, hey yo.
This
nigga had a character. He had a fictional, excuse me, I can't talk. A fictional version of Roman Polanski in his last movie. Shit's wild.
He did. Big facts.
I love that movie though. Hey man, let's
movie was cold. Movie was cold.
That's my shit. Let's plug our socials and get up out of here, man. Great show. Did not mean to be here this long, but shit happens when you gotta smoke on that pack.
I'm about to say when we flow and we just flow. Yeah. But you know how it goes. Anyway, y'all can find me at Recap24 on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Y'all can check out the Havoc Hour where we talk sports and entertainment on all streaming platforms where you find Young Kings Wrestling, Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts. The video version's up on YouTube. All the content is out now. OHIO, just so you know.
I will not co-sign, but I will say I am the thespian TC Fontaine, aka TCF baby. Please say the baby. Follow me on Instagram, tc.fontaine, on Twitter at tcfontaine. Check out my photography and book your boy, foyflix.com. Any promoters, any wrestlers, anybody who will be in Vegas for WrestleMania weekend. If you need a photographer, whether it's a personal photographer, whether an event photographer, I am the person that you should be checking out. If you don't want to check me out, if you want to have any video, go check out Malik.lv. That is our third man at Young Kings Wrestling, and he's the guy you should hit up for your video needs if you need anything. I'm just saying, keep it all in the family. Don't listen. I'm saying y'all can book outside of the Young Kings Wrestling family. I just would prefer y'all to book in the Young Kings Wrestling family.
Facts.
If you feel so inclined to. That's Malik.lv on Instagram. That is tc.fontaine, foy.flix on Instagram as well. I don't really post on my IG, but check out my portfolio website if you really want to get a good gist of what I'm hitting y'all with.
And we know Malik don't really be here, but you know, he's still part of the Young Kings family. Shit.
Yeah. He provide us with shit if needed.
I mean, listen, if it weren't for him, I wouldn't be here right now. So
yeah. Which means y'all wouldn't be listening to the show because we probably would have been stopped.
Been folded
years ago. Yeah. But I appreciate y'all for listening this far. And we'll be back next week, man. Go check out the YouTube page. Go check out the TikTok for the next week until old boy swoop in and try to play hero. Probably around Wednesday or Thursday when you can expect that.
Mm-hmm.
We know how this go, man. This nigga is in the WWE Hall of Fame. This dude is wrestling adjacent with everything he does. It is the most wrestling centric thing he could possibly do to start off his presidency. That's how it's gonna go. We know how it goes. Wrestling fans, we know how it goes.
Always.
Yeah. Hey man, again, appreciate y'all all over the world. We out of here. Gone.